Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. This is Super Stardust HD on the Sony PlayStation 3, and this has been available now for quite a number of years on the PlayStation Marketplace, and it's still, for my money, one of the best games that you can get on there. It's just a classic retro style game that's had a modern overhaul that works really well. It's incredibly addictive, very playable, and it looks beautiful as well. I mean, for such a simplistic game, the graphics are fantastic, as you can see. It gets frenetic. It's a frenetic game. It's hugely addictive as well. One of the addictive things is scoring high on the high score table. It is one of those games that, you know, really does drive you forward. You can see somebody on your friends list is beating you on a high score table, and you think, oh god, you instinctively want to go back and play it and you know, reclaim the top of the high score table, or, you know, beat the person that's just got past you on the high score table. It does have that very addictive quality to it. I also have this on the PlayStation Vita, and it's just the same addictive quality. It's not quite as in depth as this. There's not as many rock types, and the weapons, there's one fewer weapon in there as well, but it is essentially a very similar game. It plays the same as well. In fact, I'd go perhaps so far to say it maybe plays just a little bit better on the Vita, and I think it's simply because the Vita's analog sticks have a less distance to travel than the PlayStation 3's, and it does feel a bit strange going from the Vita to the PS3 version. It feels a bit strange control-wise. You have to give yourself a little bit more time with the controller. But that's not to say that, you know, this is an inferior game, because it isn't. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love playing it. And it's, like I say, it's just one of those games you can keep going back to, and that to me is what makes these type of games fantastic, and why they are so important. Because modern day full price, full release games are great, don't get me wrong, but how many times do you keep wanting to go back to them once you've completed them? There's probably a handful that you would say, yeah, I can see myself playing that again, but for the most part, when they're completed, that's it, they're done. There's very little replay value to them. With these type of games, there is, like I say, there's the whole high score table, which is fantastic, and, you know, there's always going to be somebody out there that knocks you off the perch that you're on, and it does make you want to go back and do it. I mean, you know, every so often I'll go back and I'll check who's got the latest high score. I mean, you start out for a while thinking, you know, and I've got a fantastic score, and somebody comes along with a high score that just totally blows yours out to the water, and you go, how in the hell did they get that? And immediately you want to go back into the game and you want to figure out how they did it, because it does it does drive you crazy when you see it, and you just think to yourself, I need to find out just exactly how they got such a massive score. I know one of the guys that I do the podcast with, he played this on the Vita and he got a high score. Then he saw my high score, which was far higher than his, and he was just like, oh, I saw that, and he was quite funny. He said, I just don't know how you did it, and, you know, I felt like giving up, and that was quite funny, because I'd actually put a high score up, then somebody got close to, on my friends list, got close to my high score, and immediately I panicked and went back in and just sort of played the hell out of the game, you know, trying to pick up as many of these bonus points things as possible, just to try to make sure that I got as big a score as possible. But I know that, you know, I know one day I'm going to go back on there and somebody off my friends list will have gone past my score, I know that I'll end up having to go back in and try and redress the balance. It is just that way. It is just one of those games, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And I don't think it was particularly expensive as well. I can't remember how much it was on the PlayStation 3, but I don't think it's a particularly expensive game to pick up either. It is well worth checking out. If you've got the Vita, you definitely have to get it, because it is one of the essential download games on the PlayStation Vita. There's no two ways about it. So yeah, that's Super Stardust HD on the PlayStation 3. Thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned to my channel for more videos to come.